Hello, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across this platform. If it is your first time and you like what you are watching, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications so that you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos, local and international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform for us to use to disseminate information. At the same time, I am putting a disclaimer that this platform, Linda's TV show, do not in any way promote misleading information, hate speech, or violence. I do not like those things, so I will never promote them in my platform. We are here to educate and inform the members of the platform.
Judging with what is transpiring today with the Amazonians, what is our fate? You see the case of Master Simon Ekpa in Europe, Finland to be precise. What is our fate? What I just read about that Amazonian guy that he wrote, I agree with him 100%. I do agree with him. You might disagree with him. You are entitled to disagree. But looking through, I bet you I agree with him. We must not allow history to repeat itself. What we are watching now is history repeating itself. We know how fragile alliance can be. All these alliances that are fragile, you know how it can be. It will always be about interests. Don't ever forget that. Who are those that are our allies? Who do we make our friends? Can Biafra really rely on the West? Or are we walking into another trap? These are questions that deserve an answer. Can Biafra really rely on the West? Or are we walking into another trap? Remember, as the call for Biafra grows louder, it grows louder. Nobody can cover it anymore. And as it grows louder, the stake in international diplomacy are higher than ever. Higher, much more higher than you can ever imagine. It's left for you to continue playing around. You think it's fun to come online and talk and shout and move. No. That is why when I remember my Prime Minister, Master Simon, I shed tears. They took him away from us just when we needed him most. They removed him just when we needed him most. We know what transpired in the past. During the Civil War of 1967 to 1970, the Western powers refused to intervene, even when they could be able to intervene. They had the power to intervene and stop the genocide, but choose oil, geopolitics over human lives. In 1967 to 70, they choose oil, geopolitics over human life. And it is going to happen again. It is already happening again. Look at the case of Mazen Nandekan. Look at Mazen Simon Ekpa. And I ask you, who are really the allies of Biafra? Who are they? Who are our friends? During the Civil War, UK backed Nigeria militarily, supplied weapons to them. The US largely turned their blind eyes, prioritizing Cold War interests. France showed some sympathy, but never committed fully. History is about repeating itself again. And so many of us are not paying attention. You think it's just to come online and shout and make noise and go. It is much, 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 much than that. With the current signal we are seeing from the West and their attitude, what do you think? With the current thing you are seeing, do you think you are going to see anything different from what we saw in 1967 to 1970s war? Today, many Western governments talk about diplomacy. They talk about democracy, talk about human rights, talk about freedom, but their actions are cautious. They don't take actions to implement anything. They are in the front line of preaching and talking about democracy, talk about human rights, talk about freedom, but their actions are cautious. Always cautious. You can imagine Mazen Nandekan. The arbitrary committee of United Nations gave Nigeria 6 months to let him go. Nigeria violated, refused to listen to them, and there was no punishment for Nigeria. Not even a reprimand, not even a sanction, not even a duakanon, nothing. EU often releases statements, but avoid strong commitment. When anything happens, EU will come and talk, but there will be no commitment whatsoever, no strong commitment. Just like you see in the case of Mazinaka and Mazinaka that is going on. Nobody talks. They will just be in distance and be doing their work. And you know, Britain, their big brother, maintain its pro-Nigeria stance due to oil, investment, and historic ties. They maintain their stance with Nigeria. UK will remain pro-Nigeria until their kingdom come. Who are our friends? US voice is concerned. Every time they voice concern, US, they voice is concerned all the time. But act based on counter-terrorism and economic interests. That is how they act in the issue of Nigeria. Anytime they want to come in, they will talk about terrorism, and you see them sponsoring terrorists in the north in the name of giving aid. Every time we see them, they give aid. It is to the northern part of Nigeria. Sponsoring terrorists indirectly. That is what the US have been doing. We have cried and cried about it. Right from the time of Mazen Nandekanu, Mazen Samareba tried to stop them in entering into an deal. They went and signed the first one. Trump suspended it and came now. They are negotiating a new one. So, US voice is concerned, but act based on counter-terrorism and economic interests. Remember, international politics, no permanent friend, only permanent interest. And they are all looking for their interests. My fellow Biafrans, words are cheap, but action reveals the truth. Words are cheap. We can say anything. They promise you this one. You love Trump. You love US. Words are very, very cheap. But action shows you what the truth is. Action reveals what the truth is. I pray that we don't fall into this trap. The trap of blind trust to the Western world. I pray we don't fall to the trap of this blind trust that I'm seeing. In international relations, there are no permanent friends or enemies, only permanent interest. Always remember that. Always remember that. That is the only way we can. But what I see now is we falling into that trap again and again and again. Trusting nations based on sympathy or promises is dangerous. Trusting nations based on sympathy or promises is very, very dangerous. We need to walk away from that now. Individually, collectively, walk away from it and change our directions. Western powers may use Biafra struggle for their own gain. They have done it before. They will do it again, and they are ready to do it as long as their own interest is protected. The Western powers may use Biafra struggle for their own gain and drop it when it is no longer suits to them. When it suits them, they will pick it up. When it doesn't suit them, they will drop it. We must be very careful. The trap of blind trust. Some of us do not know how serious the journey we are embarking is. You think it ends in coming to social media to talk. It doesn't end there. We are only giving our own points. Those who are in various places of authority, it is left for them to take their decision, do what they have to do. But at this time, I cry for my Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. When we needed him most, they took him away from us. We need to plan for strategic friendship. We need to plan for strategic friendship. Biafra should build alliance based on shared concrete interest. Our alliance should be on base shared on concrete interests. Interests like trade, security, technology, energy. And there are places we can find such interest. Consider both global powers. Not only the West, but also Asia, Africa, South America. We must push for interest-driven partnership. Push for interest-driven partnership. That is only when people will fight for you and fight with their heart. Put everything on the line. Give nations a reason to support Biafra beyond sympathy. What we have today is only sympathy. Most of us, when we come online, we only talk about the sympathetic part. Oh, they killed us 5 million. Oh, they are hurting us. Oh, this sympathy doesn't work for nations of the world. It doesn't work for them. What they care about is interest. What is there? What is in there for them? But the majority of what we are doing today is based on sympathy. We are seeking for sympathy. And I bet you, these world powers, this world we live in, they don't care about your sympathy. You can't get anything to sympathy. You need to show them what is on the table for them. They want to see something you want to offer. There must be something, an interest, before they will do anything. The strong nations of the world respect interest, not emotion. Powerful nations of the world that can make things happen, they respect interest. They don't care about your emotion. You can cry and cry for all I care. Nothing's going to happen. Every one of us should have that in mind. The international community only respects strong and united people. This is why every time I talk about unity of purpose, focus on one thing, let us be united and push forward. The international community, they only respect strong, united people. Once you are strong and united, they can't pull you. They can do all they do. After all their shenanigans, they will come back. They respect strong, united people. Division within Biafra gives foreign powers an excuse to ignore or manipulate the movement. That is why Nigeria is focusing very much on that division. They sponsor it with everything they have to create division among us, knowing fully well that division within us gives foreign powers an excuse to ignore or manipulate the movement. Biafrans must remain vigilant, organized, and firm in diplomacy. The time is now. The time for blackmail, propaganda, or talking trash in your it has gone. We need to focus on what matters. There are key things that matters. United States is Biafran's strongest weapon. Unity could be our strongest weapon. Unity could be the strongest weapon we will use to fight anything, and we win. Focusing on ourselves, uniting ourselves to fight our battle. Don't hope on anybody from anywhere to come and do any magic for you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Even if the world betray us, Biafra must never betray itself. Even if the world betray us, we must not betray ourselves. That is the spirit to survive. Because the world we live in today is a very different one from what you know. We must stand up and do what we have to do. We must be self-reliance. We must be resilient. And we must be ready to face the world. We must be Self-reliance. We must focus more on ourselves. Believe in ourselves. We must believe in ourselves. Must be resilient and ready to face the world. That is the way we can be able to overcome. We have fallen into this trap before. We can't fall into this trap again. We cannot fall into this trap again, expecting help to come from where it will never come. We must be very, very careful with what we do and what we say. Because if we make this mistake again, it will be terrible this time. I pray that Chukwu Okike will give us the wisdom, the knowledge and understanding to survive and do things right. I can see my brothers are already here with me on the stage. I can see my brother Kochux is here and my brother Christian is here. So Kochux, you are here first. Kochux, go ahead and speak to us. Talk to us, Kochux. Go ahead and talk to us as we proceed. If you are there, go ahead, Kochux. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, Mazi Choose, and good morning, Biafra. Good morning, Bro Christian, and everyone in the comment section. Good morning once again. Mazi Choose Survivor. This program today, I'm really, most especially, the head case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The message just weigh my spirit down, but we are not backing down, no matter what. Because as Nagadi Ana Kankane Maraba. The thing that is happening now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said everything all. He said that every one of them, both the West, every one of them, they're going to turn a blind eyes where Biafrans stay. They'll do as if they are not hearing what is happening. They'll do as if they are not seeing it. Even those that you expect that both of you are together, both of you are looking for the same thing, they're going to turn a blind eyes when the time comes. That's the reason why I said at the cost of Biafra, there is no born of a woman that is going to take a glory of it. That is what we are seeing now. In that aspect, Biafrans, for us to not allow what happened to us before to repeat itself. In the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many of us hear how the whole thing take happen. It's the same Biafrans that tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. That's the same thing happening in the time of our Prime Minister. Where they used our sister as the key person that they use, that Nigeria used, including Britain, that they made Bianco Ono as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, which is the first assignment that they give to her, is to make sure that Mazi Simon Ekpa is no longer in the picture. And so many people that help him out. And after step and done, we accomplished the evil job that they give to her. And for that to not happen to us again, every one of us, we are on social media for the case of our Deputy Prime Minister, which is Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, and so many of us like that. For that to not happen to us again, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze and the cabinet, this is the time for every one of them to trade wisely. Because I still remember that our brother, Akonye Wutere, when he has been saying that Trump We're going to serve, that is 4 years, without mentioning anything concerning Biafra.
Thank God
This
you
is
remember.
time. Yes, I still remember that our brother. Because for United States of America to arrest Ambazonian activists in their country, what are they telling us? Or what are we expecting in the
Exactly.
case of our DPM? Another thing again, for that to not happen, this is time for every one of them to trade wisely. And that the same Trump, what is that in name as well? We all remember that is our prime minister, is the first person in that Finland that
That
supported
endorsed
him,
him.
that endorsed him. And we Biafrans, we know the kind of price that we pay, all of us that we are in Nigeria here. When many of us are jubilating that Trump win election, both the first tenor and the second tenor, we all remember so many of our brothers that the Nigeria terrorist government waste. Every one of it happened in our eyes. And for us to not allow that to repeat itself again, this is wake-up call to every one of us. This is wake-up call. And that how can I even put it myself? That personal hatred that is in the life of our people. This is the time for every one of us to just keep everything aside. This Biafra that we are talking about is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. Rather, is not our prime minister alone. Even Dr. Ngozo Rabeze, that is in the forefront now, is not for her. It's for every one of us. Anybody that is in forefront, we should join our hand to support that person. It's not family affair. That is saying, if it's your own is not there, you are not going to support that person. This is wake-up call for every one of us. Even them even British to use Finland to jail our prime minister, according to them. For them, Finland to allow themselves to be used in holding our prime minister, that is to tell you there is no permanent friend in that West. Because I could remember when Mazi Simon Ekpa is praying, he's singing praises on Finland.
Singing their national anthem on our program with their flag. Raising their flag beside their flag.
Little do we know that Finland will going to allow themselves to be used. This is the time for us to ask ourselves question. Biafrans, how many times will something happen to we? I get you and me. Ngano ne kiye game I get you and me. I will kwenye melo nyozo we mutako. Because this Ambazonia own, that should be a signal for every one of us in this point of time. What they are looking for now is personal interest. We all still remember when Trump entered, he said America first. We should focus on the United States of Biafra. We should focus on Biafra. We should forget about that hatred that is in the life of our brothers and sisters. We should focus on our freedom. If we expect Nigeria to give us to recognize us before we do necessary things that we're supposed to do, we are wasting our time. Even that America themselves, if you are waiting for them to recognize us before we do the necessary thing that we're supposed to do, we are also wasting our time. Biafrans, this is time for us to wake up. We should wake up. The evil governors that is in Southeast, many of them are still preparing for 2027. Likewise, Nigeria itself. Most especially Soludo. Recruit Igbo youth to fight against Igbo. That is what they are doing now. Why can't they ask themselves, those evil security that they are creating in Biafra land, before they take any move, this Janjaweed, you're going to be among them. In every security meeting that they are doing, they must put their own there so that they will know the move that you people are going to move. Any step that they are going to take, their own must be there. Even the head of all those evil security that are creating in Biafra land, their own is there. Why can't we wake up in this critical time? Nnamdi Kanu, we are talking about Nnamdi Kanu today. And Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister. We are talking of them today. We didn't know who is going to be tomorrow. Why can't we cherish our own and support them? Why can't we cherish our own? The innocent blood that is wasting in Biafra land every day by day. Why can't they remember those innocent blood? And realize that Nigeria is not for me and you. This Nigeria that we are talking about is not for me and you. So many of our brothers, even right in their deathbed, the last word they will mention, make sure that Biafra come. Why can't they remember all those words and focus on Biafra cause? They are out there still fighting for one Nigeria. One Nigeria that will not going to do us any good. That continue killing our brothers and sisters. That the same Nnamdi Kanu that we are talking about is the one we are talking today. That his health is critical. Why can't Nigeria government, that the same Nigeria that we people are fighting for, why can't them treat him? Why can't they accept how would I even say it myself? Why can't they treat him first? They want him to die in that their DSS dungeon. Is it a dead man that we're going to face trial? My brothers and sisters, this is time for every one of us to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Don't allow Nigeria to happen to you before you know what you're supposed to do. United States of Biafra has declared, and this is the time for every one of us to support. 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 Don't expect the West. Don't expect the South. Don't expect any of them to give you your freedom. Your freedom is in your hand. Then say the kingdom of God suffered violence, and only the violent one take it by force. And this is the time for every one of us to wake up. Mazi choose. Let me stop my message here first. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that contribution. Thank you so much. My brother Christian.
the truth. Morning.
You're welcome, my brother Chris.
Yeah, I wanted to actually I was just like trying to rush into bathroom and I heard what you said. So then I was thinking sometimes when they bukalo so I don't know if you'd have been finished. Therefore
Yeah,
I suspended it and
yeah.
yeah, I heard you saying something like Amazonian activist
Mm.
being arrested. But so I was curious. Is it a recent development, and on what ground? Do you have any idea why?
Very, very recent. It's not a very recent development. It's not something that it's something that happened within. I think it's last week or so.
Okay, okay, but you don't know. Is it related to the freedom struggle they are going through? You don't know that.
Of course, it has everything to do with the agitation. It has everything to do with it.
Are they accusing him of terrorism also, or anything you don't know?
Likely, they will accuse him of terrorism because I think he's the defense minister, so Ambassador defense minister.
Oh, okay. Well, while I asked, why I can't even speak English. This one. While I'm asking this question is because I know that yes, okay, we understand how the Western world how they roll in their game, but at the same time, it's also good to know that if one is being apprehended, for what reason, every apprehension or every arrest can possibly amount to that. Sometimes it could, of course, but we also have to put things in context because we don't know if that is the reason. But if that is the case, if that is what he was arrested for, because the other one, Cho, is also in Norway. Now, the thing is that it's hard to say much when you don't know the full details, but
It's not even an early arrest. Do you know that the US is giving Cameroon a professional training? They're training their soldiers to fight against Amazonians.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming to that, but the thing is that yes, just like you said earlier, of course, we have to take every precaution and be watchful, but there's no we can't panic. We don't have to, that panic button, we don't have to press it. Why? Because our freedom, the freedom of Biafrans is not in the hand of any one individual, is not in the hand of any one country. Now, that is not to say that the USB or whoever or whichever group is pushing or at the forefront will not continue to do what they are doing or what they have to do in terms of lobbying, in terms of reaching out for cooperation and understanding. Now, but it's important. It's important that I believe we know that our freedom is in our own hand, no matter what they do, right? So there's just that one area in particular that we don't have to press the panic button, and because we also understand part of their tactics that when they do certain things, people will become scared and run into their shell. Then you'll be scared not to talk about Biafra because you'll be apprehended. We waste. No. That is not going to happen. Now, again, like you also said, we know that this Western world, when they talk about human right or freedom of all sort of whatever democracy, they know it's just they are just pure lip service. These things are pure in reality they don't practice it. So, but we still have to continue to push for our freedom because they don't wish us well. If anybody who doesn't know that, I feel sorry for you because it's a known fact that they don't wish us well. Absolutely not. Not the ones that are, including the ones who are even an independent country like Burkina Faso and the rest of them. You can clearly see that they still want to drag them back into that imperialist, if you call vehicle. because they are trying to get away, but they want to pull them back, including the American government. They are all trying to bring them back into the fold. It's like picking one day for house. He won't run, go out. They pull and make it come back home. So that's how they see it. That's how they see Africa. No doubt about that. But yeah, I understand. Well, every precaution has to be taken, but there's no cause for alarm. The Ambazonian, they are doing their thing. If the man is apprehended because maybe Cameroon is having deal with the U.S. government, we know that they are all looking out for natural resources and their deal from countries, especially given the situation of the global society as it is now. There's so much Obayara all over the place. So it's a funny stage or funny time in the entire globe, you know. So we just have to my own is that we just have to continue to push while we watch. We'll just have to continue to do what we are doing because they themselves, they are not having it easy, and it's going to continue. You know, you know, so they are doing what they are doing to us, and they will too be getting their own in one way or the other, because after all, there's that universal energy that plays around. You know, especially when you're on the right track, when you are doing the right thing, what you are supposed to do, which is freedom, and people are trying to suppress you into it to remain in bondage. So obviously you're on the right side of the law and history, and so that's exactly as well. I'm surprised that when you, especially this current U.S. administration, is, I don't know, but we see. So Biafra struggle is well known for the most part because a civil war was fought over it, and millions.
That is one of the problems we are having. Most of us focusing on sympathy. That is why I did this program, for us to focus more on interest. Focus more on interest. People that have similar interest with us. If we continue to push this sympathy, the world don't care about the sympathy. They don't care about how many times they kill us and how many people that died. All they care about is the interest. And that is what is going on. Every single one of them from A to Z is about interest. So it's high time we begin to align with the people who have the same interest like us. And there are many of them out there.
But choose all countries, all the countries too, they have their interests. Well, you think there is an exemption? There's no exception to it.
We have to align with ourselves, the people that have similar interests with us. There are people that their interests align with ours, and there are people that their interests do not align with ours. We are only playing on sympathy.
But like for example, the big players on the world stage, like Russia, China, whatever, they also have their interests. You know that, right? Except if you are talking about the small countries.
Their interests align with us. Everybody have their interest. There are people among the people you mentioned that their interests align with ours. As the world stands today, with the stand of the world, we know people who their interests align with us.
Yeah, but again, huh?
It is very clear. It's not hidden. We know people who their interests align with us. But if we continue to play this game of sympathy, people who have pity on us, people who
no. Well, it's not about sympathy because
friendship that doesn't make any gain, that doesn't make any progress.
Massachusetts, can you hear me?
Go on.
Yeah, I said it's not necessarily about sympathy, because even if they just say that okay, cancel Anibo. As you go now, KJ if I know it. Let's say for example, I and the Russia more China. You know, and when abroad one way something, they will still. I got chokwa. Apart from the hand with their own interest, when any one of them can we just say, okay, well, no freedom. When no, it was my point. It's still something that has to.
No one way is the one name a one way still like that. Who is saying that it's a one way thing?
No, because we see that no broad sympathy. At the end of the day, I may go to align with more Russia, more China. And we keep put our just saying, okay, unu welu. There's now I na as go do na support. I put I go do na support. Okay, we still have to walk through or within the global circle for that to be materialized. Except no, they can anobogu enyela anya aka na site na ngwongwo anya kwa ị na-awaji fem na-ekwu so enye anyị ngwongwo anyị nụ ọgụ that is a different thing but also I don't know if Amama I look or by now is that are we there now is that so I don't know if I'm making any sense.
The message I am preaching today, you look at the topic, it says Biafra dangerous friendship game. Why choosing allies wisely is a matter of survival. That is the topic I'm discussing. We have to begin to rethink on how to make friends, who will make our friends. Choose friends that have similar interests like us, not just based on sympathy. Everything is a process. You have to lay a foundation and start from that foundation, and things will begin to happen. Judging from what we are seeing now, the new colonial system that is in this in Africa today, now you see different things that is happening. It is all about interest. Every European, every Western country is seeking for interest in Africa. But among them, there are some of them that their interests are aligned with us, and there are some of them we can use to trigger an interest towards ourselves. But if we just fold our hand and be waiting for Messiah to come from heaven and earth, or for sympathy to come out, no.
Well, you want quite point because first of all, if I went, with the whole push about the lobbyists. Now, lobbyists, how are we sure that the lobbyists and when they link to the right source? That is another thing. So, because I heard you say that ambassadors, they have lobbyists, stuff like that. But if you pay people some huge sum in the name of lobbyist firm, but they want access to the right source to make a difference. So that could be another thing. So, but I guess you are right. So if we can shift effort towards nations that will be able to have access to their direct power. Overall lobby, some guys, Elias and those ones there, we will go Etienne about all over them, but I want if we want nothing tangible happening. So I think in that aspect, yeah, maybe looking at that direction, you have make contact with nations that you'll be able to link up with the people who can give you that support because obviously I'm with lobbyists in America for years and years and years, but the effect we are not seeing the impact. Even when Nanikano was around, he had lobbyists. We had so much. I know but what if I for nothing substantial? So it simply means that either maybe not genuine or not, I don't know. But again, we're having a dialogue, and yeah, that is the situation, my brother.
Let's hear from our brother Kingsley. Kingsley, but Isaac is there calling for attention. Let's hear from Kingsley. Are you there, Kingsley? Unmute yourself.
Ndewo, my brother.
Hello, you're welcome.
Ndewo, colleague, my brother. I want him now, park, so that's why. See, Every one of you has spoken well. And they believe from every one of you one of the USB. Likewise me. And they believe from Nagwan and who to this program today knows me very well. Abu made new person on your program and this your platform. In my problem I ain't no wow. I am not going 1 year oku. I am not going 1 year oku, that is the problem. And don't even affect. If for this struggle, if you serve no nya nwanne gi, no nya nwanna gi, no nya abiku gi, no nya abibe gi. Chineke nwe ndị ọwụ si na ọ naanị try kwa wunde na-ekpere m. No, Chineke wụ for everybody. Ọ bụrụ na nwanne gị na-eme ihe ọjọọ na this struggle, get the pod ugwe ya na ọ na-eme ihe ọjọọ. You are not here to back shadow. Ntu ugbu a na otu a this Ngozi Orabeze ji na control anyị na ji na achị anyị. Owotu a ka Simon Ekpa jiri bido IG sowe ya. Owotu a ka Nnamdi Kanu jiri bido IG sowe ya. I am not against USB. I am one of them. But Obuma rubbish go on. I told you people in here spiritual. Manunana water. Ayana abakai that ego this time. Can you just abakai that ego now? Since all this while Simon Ekpa has been with us. You know now I'm a problem within the Amazonia. You need to go search. I want you people. I want you people. Manna go kungwa gide go kwa deka gase. Etu anya sieti prapra ka ejesi afọ AIJG afọ ụzọ. Anya de kwa. Manu na da aghọta. Amụrụ m ka m ga-esi wee gwazi unu. Unu bụkwanụ ndị okenye. Maka na okenye sị na ya mara ka esi agwụ ana bụ ntụ ka ọ na-atụ. Okenye ahụ bụ ume. Bụ onwe gị eziokwu. I want you people. Ngozi Orabeze should not build any soldier that will fight our soldier. We have a little problem with our soldier. Why can't we go and settle with them? Don't build any soldier to fight them. God had cause to havoc. Today, many of our commanders go have poison. But I believe Chineke gazokwa ha.
My brother Kingsley, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Please, I want us to let us focus on the topic I'm discussing, because I have tried as much as possible in this platform. Let us not go personal to anybody.
It's not personal. This is not personal. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is that the right way?
Hold on.
The reason why Nigerian government is in my mind today, Simon is because we are not doing what we're supposed to do. Nobody's fighting. Or what Simon Ekpa push on Nigerian government. Pressure on them. Look at what we are doing to Simon Ekpa. You think Nigerians feel that they are doing Simon Ekpa? No, let me tell you. Nigerians are going to feel more pains. More pains, calamity are going to fall upon them. Then we know that Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi is not their problem, rather their Messiah. Since Simon Ekpa on ground, when they mind, the Nigerians are going to face a lot of calamity next year and upper. Then we know that Simon Ekpa is not their problem. But I want to tell you one thing. We have to go and settle our differences with our soldier, please, so that we will know where we stand. These soldiers are a big behind. I don't trust them. These soldiers now getting also hard work now with Ambazonia. That is not the kind of soldiers we build. Please, we are not telling ourselves the truth. Thank you. It like a good block no problem. That is how it is.
My brother Gisley is also like on block. And my block will go based on what? I don't have to block you. I don't have to
that is how Kelena did, because I told him the truth. He blocked me and I don't care.
Hold on. I don't block you. You started very well when you made mention of the issue of Biafra. That in Biafra, you are not fighting for Biafra for anybody. It is not for anybody. We don't come here to promote anybody. And I say it every time in my platform. My platform is not to promote an individual, but to promote Biafra itself. I'm not part of any division, and I'm not part of any group that will divide anything. What I'm advocating for is the unity of Biafra. The pain that we are facing for the disunity that is happening today, the confusion that is happening, it is paining everybody. Everybody is feeling the pain. And I have spoken about it on several occasions, and I've spoken about it on where I have to speak about it, and I expect those who have to do what they have to do it. But I don't want us to use it to, I don't want to use it to cause confusion or use it to draw unnecessary attention that will begin to make people to reason in a different form. So I would like us to continue to do whatever we advocate for that peace. Anywhere we can be able to advocate, we can continue to advocate for unity. There is never a time disunity is going to lead us anywhere. It is not going to make us move an inch. It's not going to make us move a flag. When I was speaking about the situation of Mazen Nandegan this morning, I spoke about it. I know what will happen if Mazen Samanek was around, the way he's going to attend to that very issue of Mazen Nandegan illness and not allowing him to take his treatment and all that. So people have different ways of approaching things. And what we are saying that when complaints are learned, that people should pay attention to the complaints. So it's not something that we do in a violent way or by faulting or accusing anybody. Once you have an argument or a point to make, you make your point, and everybody will take the point home and think towards it. It is not something that we fight over. Your point you made is a very clear point. You have stated your point and your view, and many people have the same view that you have. But it's not something that we take as if we are quarreling or fighting. After talking now, you say I should go and block you. I'm blocking you for what? I don't block people on my platform. The only people I block are people who refuse to abide by my own instruction, by insulting people. When you come, you abuse people, you assault people. I don't allow that. I don't allow that. When somebody come and make a point, bring your own point of view. If you have a superior argument, you bring your superior argument, we look towards it. Then it's left for the Biafrans, after listening, they will go and digest it and think of what to do and think of what has been said. The reason towards it. Because this
which kind of noise background it is?
I think he's at work. He's from his working place.
Let
me mute him when he wants.
Yeah.
So in that kind of issue, that is how it's always. That's how it is. Every one of us putting our heads together to find solution to our problem. Because just as we are saying, the vision will not leave. The only way we can be able to move hands, even this connection, international community we are talking about. Once we begin to sound this note of division, when they come to our platform, they will only hear how divided we are.
And it's not helpful.
They will not hear about unity. It's not doing us any good. It's not doing. That is why I personally advocate for unity.
But even the ambassadors, maybe they are not as divided as we are, but still they are trying to. The West, the same old enemy, they are still fighting them, in spite of the fact that they are not. Should I say they are united, or they are not as disunited as we are? What do you think?
I don't understand your question.
I said. Yeah, this man, this brother in the noise background. So what I'm saying is that you just talked about unity, which is good. Now, my point is that the ambassador, I don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem to me that they are as disunited as we are. But still, in spite of the fact that they are not disunited, they seem to be united. Still, the same old enemy, this West, they are still trying to to destroy or to stop them. Don't you think that? I mean, so this unity is not good, quite all right. But it seems to me like, except if I'm wrong, that the Amazonians are also disunited. But it seems to me.
Are you now saying we should be disunited?
No. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, therefore, it cannot be an excuse for why these people are doing what they are doing to us. That because we are disunited. Therefore, that is why they are not doing the right thing. Because, for example, Finland is doing what they are doing with Simon Ekpa and the rest of them. But Norway is also doing the same thing to this guy from the one they are holding and the one you just said in America, and yet they are not disunited. Now, that is not to say that we should remain disunited, but I'm just saying that it cannot be an excuse, because the main reason is that they don't want to see none of us do better. That's my point. If you understand what I mean.
For me, we need to do our own part of it. Let us just do our own and forget about whatever. Let us
my dear brother,
clear our own house, keep our own house clean. Once we keep our own house clean, whatever they do, that is their business. Look at when you come about the issue of this Amazonia, even Russia is weighing in their own case. Russia has spoken that they should come on round table and discuss with their people. Russia is calling for a round table discussion between Cameroon and Amazonians.
And in fact, Cameroon and the Amazonians, they have representative in the government that is standing for their independence. So you see that,
brother.
So obviously,
brother, can I say something?
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, let him finish.
Well, Mazichus, it's you. I wanted to ask you a question, which again you don't have to answer if you don't want to answer. But let me just put it this way. Now, the USB. Maybe they are doing something, or maybe they are making mistake, which is normal too, to an extent, because nobody is infallible, nobody is perfect, anybody can make mistake. But do you think in your heart of heart that they are genuine? That is the USB. Do you think, or do you think that they are sabotaging, or that maybe they're just making normal mistake that through the measures they are taking, which anybody can make mistake? So do you think that they are not genuine? What do you think?
I don't have an answer to that very question.
Exactly.
I can answer it. Can I come in? Can I come in? I can answer it.
Wait, brother. You don't mind to choose. So that is the question, because no matter how difficult it is, whatever is in my mind, I will say it, and I want to hear. But if you don't have an answer, it's understandable. So thank you. Okay, brother, talk.
Okay, my brother. I hope every one of you can hear me.
Yeah,
that question, Ejuro, now, personally, me, I can answer it. Ngozo Rabeze is not working with Nigerian government. But on a bid, they are now fight our soldiers. Simple and short.
So
and she is. Excuse me, brother, I'm coming. And she's afraid. She's not ready to fight Nigerian government.
You see, my brother.
Are they ready? That is just the truth.
Hold on.
Are they ready to fight Nigerian government? Let her give way. She's part of our problem. This is the problem. She doesn't want to make peace with our soldiers.
Take it easy, brother.
When you speak, you make a point, then you allow people to respond. When you say when you say that she's building an army to fight,
that is fighting our soldiers, that is just the truth. You cannot understand it.
When you say
I am telling you the truth.
Listen, do you have any proof to show that she's building?
My dear brother, that is the truth. Why don't you refuse?
You not just come out and say that is the truth. Do you have any evidence that proves?
I know you cannot believe me. I know you cannot believe me, but that is true.
Are you on the
attitude? Her attitude. Excuse me. Her attitude. Can you refuse to go and make peace with them?
Listen.
We have been saying this early.
Based on what you are saying now, you are basing your judgment for the fact that she has refused to go and make peace. with the Liberation Army, it means that she's fighting against them. That is where you base your.
She said it. She said it openly that she's not ready to work with them.
But my question, brother, brother, wait, take it easy. The question I ask is she genuine? There's difference between genuine or just pretending to want to achieve Biafra, or just playing, just insincere. That's my core question.
Thank you so much for sticking to this video to the end. Like I said before, now it's time for us to go to the comment section to air our mind and our opinion. Say what you think about this video and this platform. Do it constructively. Share this video, like, subscribe, and also continue to watch Linda's TV show, because this is the home of news. Until I see you again in my next video, remain blessed. For now, I would say bye-bye.